Um, just starting Call of Cthulhu. Darkest icon is barely. Don't know much about the game, but we're getting into it. I really like the feel of the game so far. Chapter 1, Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He's now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license. It was there forever ago? 1924. It's forever ago. Well, it was before I was born. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. First off, I love H.P. Lovecraft. I've read the book before, and it is just fantastic. Curious to see where this will go. Game saved. I didn't even do anything. Love it. So I don't know much about this game. I don't know if there are collectibles that I should be finding. I don't know. Okay. No, I can crouch there, but let's see. Okay, so that's the action button. Really? So do I just keep the lantern? So there is plenty of stuff for me to be finding. Can I run? Yes, I can.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Oh, I can't cut that. Oh, that's a candle. I thought it was like some sort of potion.
What a putrid offering.
I feel like a whale would be one of the best offerings that we could get as people, you know?
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Been chosen for what, though?
has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
So is that Cthulhu right there?
I hate whiskey.
So it might be the music or something, but it makes me think of the BioShock Infinite. He's one of the few survivors of the last battalion. American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies. Soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Persis traumatized by these events, he consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Sanity is stable. Confident in your abilities and your card is not. You conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts. Your convictions and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. So, from what I understand about this game, as you go through it, your the game changes to how you play. Seems about right. No knowledge. Since this is just my first playthrough, I'm gonna say don't drink.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
October 20th, 1924. Pierce Investigation Agency. Dr. Kinwall repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? See, with that, I think I got an
Natural
idea.
sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Nah, I like the music. Really? I can't turn the music back on.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private eye detective who's got proof against you. I should probably answer that. Do I have to, though?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Each character point allows you to improve the score's strength. Wait, did I get a character point? How? How? Hey, leave the cat alone. I'm gonna go with occultism. Just, you know, 0 compared to at least 10% there. Oh, wait, what? I feel like I should probably have read into some of this or play the game more. But, there we go.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
I didn't drink.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need... Oh wait, I already read that. Oh, I was looking... Should have looked at inventory. Can I open it? Nope.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label, some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live in a recluse life there with their only son Simon. Oh,
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
unlocked answer. I feel like that's the one that I should be doing, but I'm not sure. I mean, if you've got anything for me, just go ahead and say something. You know, I am gonna go with that.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The sender's label
So I do a little bit of
mentions
everything.
Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I mean, I could just end it there, but let's go there.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Alright.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Nope. Wrong
Something's
thing.
queer.
I'm just gonna edit this real quick.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Alright. We already know about that guy. Ship owner. Oh, it shows the deceased people too. Local celebrity at Darkwater. Ship owner family. Fell in love, got married, blah blah blah. Children's name is Simon. How much money do you get as a painter? What do you think? Talking to you. Poor kid. Ours, some overpriced imposter for others. Leaves nobody indifferent. Mysterious reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. For paintings are testimony to your vision of the world of Sarah Hawkins' portal open to other dimensions. Dang. Wonder what the second
The
one
Wentworth
does.
Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. The Wentworth Agency doesn't...
My medicine went up by 2%.
attract
That's
top-notch
nice.
cases. I used to be an avid reader.
I didn't.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
This guy sounds like he could be the next Batman.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Dang. Wales. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let that romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. The gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, excuse me, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous, I don't even know that word, story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to natural sciences,
Oh,
linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Wow, so in depth. In the world of forgotten of the existence of the isolated rock off the coast of Boston, a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of sea. It is mainly inhabited by descendants of whalers who were set in hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think this is the only venture on the island that is still profitable as its medical institute. already read that. Should I have a drink now? Yeah, we already talked to the guy. This will affect your destiny. Ooh, I've got a nice tattoo.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
I kind of wish I could just open these. Yay, trophy! Hey, how are you doing tonight? If you have any questions as to what just happened, go ahead and let me know.
How do you have a video of that on your phone?
Because I can. Just one moment. I'm going to attempt to get the on-air stuff off.
Hey Josh,
Yeah.
for dinner, we can do like taquitos, taco soup, or like taco bowls, like
Taquito. Yeah. I've already been streaming for a half an hour, and I'm just now getting into the actual game. I feel like I should just be the blundering fool of the game. Then again, I don't know how
We're
actually.
almost there.
I don't know how big this game actually is. It downloaded fairly fast.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. We're
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
I got a lot going on with my diary today. Never knew I had so much. Let's go eloquence. Validate. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small jobs for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Alright. Nope. Oh, we already knew that. The husband whose wife left him for her girlfriend.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah,
Oh, snap.
he's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand, you're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real
I
bad.
don't care about talking to this guy. I want to listen to him.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand,
treat
you're not
an omen.
sailors.
Oh yeah.
It's a sign.
He's gonna
There's
get us
something
into
coming.
trouble.
Something real bad.
Do I have to go to the bar? I do like the fact that this is an open game, but still very along the lines of story, if that makes sense. Very welcome.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Let's test eloquence.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
I'd say that was a good thing.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
So, okay, neither have I.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Ooh.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I mean, didn't I already... Oh, I said dark water, not the stranded wheel.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I'll be the drunken fool of the game.
I think we'll get along well. Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I think I went through everything else.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Let's see if I can
Same
get
again,
drunk.
please.
There you go.
That's no moonshine.
You can say that again. House recipe.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
One more. But it'll be the last.
They all say that.
It said that it has the same animation, though.
There's Ryan.
Yep.
Looks like Monsieur is a connoisseur. Not bad for a guy from the city.
The song changed.
That'll be all for now.
Stranded Whale, a bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there. I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. Owner of the Stranded Whale, Roy Mitchell, runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man, therefore, knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen. But he will be far less enthusiastic if someone wants to inquire about his source of liquor. I mean, that's fair enough for him, though.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We'd given up hope. The crews of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations.
Look at that guy's arm.
Gifted with its own consciousness. Until it finds a new reader.
I know.
Yeah, he's probably one of the cult.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Dang. She's got nerve.
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Okay, I said the wrong thing. I feel kind of Snoopy.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Wait a minute, who is Fitzroy again? I'm curious why that's in the occult. Oh, it goes on more. Celebrate the return of our burial villagers. All the staff at the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Dang, I want to go there.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Why do all of them have wooden
What a
legs?
macabre souvenir. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
I closed it for you, guy.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the Stranded Whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Unlocked answer.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Ooh.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Opposite the jetty. But what's a
Understood.
jetty?
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I feel like this is
It
going to end
belonged to the
badly.
Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch.
There, he won't
Is it
get
a
mad at
local
this one.
legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
And I already did.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
That's
What a
what that is.
macabre souvenir.
Okay. Find it funny that smoke comes out from underneath it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get us into trouble.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
Who are they?
Sorry. I really can't talk about them. Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry. We're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Time to eat? Okay.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Alright, and just like that. Oh, well, I guess I can't save. Just like that, that is part 1 of Call of Cthulhu. And you guys have a good night.